Hard Hat's all about showing up to play hard, doing what it takes to win.
If you want to cement legacy, win another.
He's your third center.
You don't want to puff him up too much, but it's hard not to.
This is maybe the most I've ever agreed with you.
Noah, Jaylen Brown is learning to play through his injury.
Ooh.
She took the bait. And swam with it.
I'm going to defend myself here.
Okay.
You have the floor,
Okay.
counselor. He's learning to play differently.
Is there more context here? Like, what does this mean? He's learning to.
Well, look, I mean, the company line that they fed us was that Jaylen Brown,
end of the regular season, he should have been resting. He was playing clearly hurt.
He's learning to play through it because he's going to need to play through it, and he needs to play 15 games down the stretch to be able to learn to play through an injury. And some people bought it. Some people thought it was. Some people didn't.
Some people had never heard that in their lives and couldn't figure out what it meant.
Okay, I'm not ready to apologize for this one.
What are you waiting for?
This is going to be on here. No,
he literally told you last week that he's resting because he's trying to get back.
Well, he might get surgery. He might not.
Right, but either way, he's resting it.
He's hoping rest and rehab takes care of the problem.
Right.
So your point, John, is that he should have been I should apologize
My
for
point
not
was
saying
that
that he
this
should have
was
been resting.
You better apologize.
And I'll
This
take
is an
this one to my
apology,
grave.
man. This is
I
just-
believe this was the most nonsensical rationale for why he was playing. I think it was clearly the 65 games. I think he realized it wasn't going to happen.
Wait a second, John. You didn't believe that at the time.
I went back, and the further he went with it while playing ineffectively,
it became more and more apparent.
It became apparent. I didn't believe that he would do that, and then I was watching it. I'm like, this is insane. So I was left with no choice but to. But yeah, Bobby, you were on it from the get-go. It's like, it has to be that. I just believe that this was. I believe that the Celtics went out of their way to let Jaylen do what Jaylen wanted to do. And this was the rationale they came up with. I just don't believe it was honest.
I think Joe said as much at one point. Like, it's
Noah's defending
Noah's
defending the take.
Listen, one thing I'll say is when I was talking to Jaylen last weekend, there was a moment where I was almost going to be like, listen, my coworkers and I have been having this debate for months. Can you please just off the record tell me? And I was like, I'm not going to do it. But I was genuinely I still don't think we know, because if you saw him in game 5, the version that he played in game 5, and I've rewatched that game, he played a great game. And he was playing this. It was not his explosive self. It was this more slow mechanical version that was similar to kind of when we saw good flashes from him down the stretch.
Didn't he shoot well too after the injury?
He shot well after the injury. So I still don't think that it's necessarily correct that he should have been resting for the month of March and then he would have been better off in the playoffs. I just don't know that we know that. This injury is so freaking weird. Why hasn't he had surgery yet? Is he gonna have surgery? I don't know. I don't know. I find that I'm happy to apologize for this one, because obviously he didn't end up playing great for this postseason run. It was not a great playoff run for him.
But do you?
No, I don't.
No, do you believe that he was learning to play through his injury?
Yes, I believe that he didn't think there was upside to resting for his injury. He thought, I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to stay in rhythm. I'm going to figure out how to play through this thing. This might be a longer term thing. And maybe he was wrong to think that. Maybe somebody should have said, Jaylen, this is actually not worth the whatever. But my whole thinking the whole time is that if somebody said to him, Jaylen Brown, you have to rest for 5 weeks or you are going to be screwed for the playoffs, that he would have done it. That's what my rationale was the whole time. And I don't think that conversation ever happened. If there's reporting that comes out that somebody told him, you actually need a month off, that's the only thing that's going to help you here, or that's going to substantially help you, then I'd say, okay, that's what this debate was about initially.
Mm-hmm. Okay. John, you're muted.
You're muted. And I have a feeling I might want to keep it that way.
One way to look at you probably do. One way to look at it, Noah, is that you can. Yeah, I think you absolutely can say we don't, and they might not definitively have known whether rest would have helped. However, I'm looking at it the other way,
Rest
which is
never hurt.
Which is, one, it can't hurt, and two, you cannot tell me that actually they believe that he needed that much game time to learn to play through it. Like,
remember the Knicks game? He had a
it was
bang out of
multiple games. He's playing over and over for a month and a half, learning to play with discomfort. You don't need 15 games to learn to play with a sore knee. So the fact that he kept playing is, to me, where I call BS on this, because I could have said, if he came back not fully ready, but knowing that, hey, this is as good as it's going to be, played 3 out of 4 games, 3 out of 5 games to close the season, just to get used to how he felt with it, be like, okay, he's feeling it out. But he just kept playing and playing and playing. So obviously, again, the natural conclusion was he was playing for a reason and
now
trying
he's
to reach
resting.
a goal.
Yeah,
and now he's resting. So
he's
that's the thing.
literally
I don't
doing
know
the
if rest
thing.
would have helped, but I've never heard of a case of rest hurting. And if he truly was trying to learn to play with it, I don't think he needed to play that much in obvious discomfort. It just didn't make sense. So that's what bugs me
Meaningless
about
games.
it there.
Yeah. There's
We
nothing.
can't definitively say it would have helped, but the fact that he just kept doing it over and over and over again, it makes you wonder whether he would have benefited from it, because I certainly don't think he needed to do what he did there. We're gonna end with Bobby.
He could have had a
'cause-
worse playoff run than he had, though. That's all I'm saying.
I thought I was done.
No one's sneaking a vegan brownie by me, I'll tell you that.
Okay, you know what, John? We're gonna do it.
You have to feel that way too, Bobby.
I have to
Same.
feel that
Same
way.
to you.
Let's slide Al over and make Luke your first center.
Bobby, we gave you Luke hour early. We're not going to end this on a damn conversation about Luke